Okay, the case study effects compressor right here, instruction manual. I underlined, highlighted the most cool feature. We're gonna do that first. Set the ratio all the way down and the threshold all the way up to get a secret drive mode. Let's try it out. Here's my clean tone. Running straight through a brand new Tonex capture from Alter Ampworks. This is the Spank, something Spank. They call it the TX S-Ray. It's like a collaboration between Dr. Z and Brad Paisley. It's already a spanky, don't need a compressor type of sound, but I love it. And this compressor just makes it sound even better. If you're interested in Alter Ampworks captures for the Tonex, click the link below. You'll save, I believe, 20% with Hey Worship Leader code. It's an affiliate, so if you want to support the channel, that's the way to do it. And I love their stuff. It's the only reason I partnered with them. I mean, listen to that amp. That's everything I want. Okay, but secret drive mode. So ratio all the way down, threshold all the way up. Okay, that's awesome. Drive mode, secret drive mode. Also, you have this gain knob to just go crazy with it. Love it. We also have a bright switch in the middle, which is down right now. Let's brighten it up a bit. Let's add some reverb. I'm just running through the HX Stomp for a couple reasons. So I have access to effects, but there's no processing other than what I just turned on, which was the reverb, and I have some other things I will turn on. Also, I have the dual Tonex board right here. Thank you, IK Multimedia, for sending these out. Also, the Daiso Plus, and I'm running out stereo, but you have to go in stereo. So you can't just take like a drive pedal or a compressor and go into two different amps. Me and somebody were talking about that the other day, and like, yeah, that's a real thing. So you have to go in stereo to access stereo amps. Anyways, hence the HX Stomp. I mean, I just dropped my pick, just barely, and it is all the way on the other side of the studio. How does that happen? Oh, it's okay. I have another one. I love these jet picks. I mean, I don't even know if they sell them independently, but when you get their pedals, sounds good. Okay, so already pedal is worth it because the drive sounds amazing. But let's use it for what it was actually intended for, not the secret stuff, but for compression. And I'll go through and just kind of teach some things about compression that I know. I'm no compression expert, but here's how I would use it. Here's everything set to noon. I just want to hear the bright setting real quick. I like that bright setting. Okay, so what is compression doing? Maybe you're watching this video because you want to know what compression does. Compression takes your signal and squeezes it. It brings the high frequencies, no, not frequencies, it takes the high volumes down and the low volumes up. So it brings everything to a nice compressed feel. So a lower ratio is going to compress a minimal amount, where higher ratio settings is going to squish even more. So it just depends. There's no right or wrong. It just depends on what you're after. I typically like a lighter compression. So I don't know about these knobs. I just opened this. I've never played it live. Just opened this pedal. But typically I like a little bit lighter compression. So a ratio would be like 1:3, 1:4, 1:6. Somewhere in there is where I like my compression. Now threshold here decides where you want the compression to start. And here we just have a knob. We don't have any like little clicks or anything. But if you set it low, it's going to start sooner and start compressing sooner. So if it's too low, you're going to hardly get any sound. And then as you go up, you're saying, hey, I want more volume to pass through before it starts compressing. So right here in the middle, and then I'll demonstrate the extreme settings. You can kind of see what it does. So it's compressing immediately. And then we're like lifting off the compressor, raising the threshold. So I like settings like this, just realistic use, threshold a little bit higher and ratio a little bit less, which is kind of like leaning towards that secret drive mode where you have the ratio and the threshold all the way off. I just wouldn't use such extreme settings because I want that compression feel. If you wanted a more compressed feel, you would start raising the threshold ratio. I mean, that's super squished. And volume loss, which is why the third knob, which is gain, which is like make up volume. It's hard to tell here in the room if that's about right, but they sound about the same volume, but one is compressed and one is not. And to tell you what that means is that it's bringing up the lower frequencies and bringing down the louder frequencies. So there's two reasons why I like this. It takes away the flubbiness of your low end notes, but it brings up like when you're picking nice and softly, which I love doing for ambient music. So I mean, I'm barely picking, and that is bringing that volume right up. Remember, it's the same volume. Seems like it got quieter, right? So, preference, I like the ratio backed off. And then I wouldn't need as much makeup gain. Now let's talk about attack and release. Now attack is when the point of striking the note, do you want the compression to grab onto it? And release is the exact opposite. When do you want it to let go? So for me, I like a quick attack and a long, slow release. So quick attack, if you do it too soon, it'll grab really quickly and you might start losing the dynamics in your picking. So then I don't go so extreme. I would probably, I'm still learning the knobs and placement here, but something like this is probably what I like. Kind of a quicker attack, longer release. I get a lot of sustain. I'm gonna do an extreme release setting. You can almost hear it bringing, I'm gonna bring up the gain so you can hear it more, but you can almost hear it as it fades away, starting to bring it up because it's taking those lower volume noises and bringing them up. So it's almost like it blooms in, and then you can almost start hearing some fizz, which is why people say, hey, why are compressors noisy? Well, they're not noisy. They are just bringing up that lower volume. And so you have to make sure your settings are right. For my attack to be kind of quick, not too immediate, but pretty quick, maybe about here. And then release, I want sustain. How does it sustain? Well, it's taking your signal and squishing it, and so it's got to like ooze out the sides, and as it oozes out, it's going forever. It's going more. I love it. Let's add some reverb and delay. We'll turn the pedal off and then we'll turn it back on and see what it sounds like. Now what about with some drive? There it is, the Case Study Studio Compressor. I also just love this one, the black. It's just a beautiful pedal. Like, you can tell that it's quality, and I love blacked out pedals. Even the foot switch is blacked out. I love that. Now, they just sent this to me, and I appreciate the fact that they did. I get nothing from this. I'm not an affiliate of theirs or anything. So I'll link it down below. You can go grab one if you need it. I want to say, if you're not in the need of a compressor, then don't get it. But if you're in the market for a compressor, this is a great one because you have so many of those options that we just discovered. If you do want to support the channel, go check out the Alter Amp Works Tonex captures if you are Tonex, but they also have a bunch of other things there. Put in my code, hey, Worship Leader, get 20% off. Subscribe, share, do all the things. See you in the next video. Bye.